Hello everyone! For today's video, we are going to talk about the three characteristics of sound wave. But before that, let us first discuss sound wave. A sound wave is the pattern of disturbance caused by the movement of energy traveling through a medium or any type of matter. It's either solid, liquid, or gas, as it propagates away from the source of the sound. So what is sound? Sound is an example of longitudinal wave. Particles disturb other particles next to them, which causes it to travel. The wave produced here is similar to a pulsing slinky. Now that we have knowledge about sound wave, let's move on to the three characteristics of sound wave. We have here the amplitude, the frequency, and quality. For the first characteristic of sound wave, we have here amplitude, also known as loudness. Amplitude refers to the height of waves as they move or vibrate. This refers to the loudness or softness of the sound produced as perceived by the ears and interpreted by our brain. The higher the amplitude of the wave, the louder it is perceived by our ears. The lower the amplitude of the wave, the softer it is perceived by our ears. To give an example, I have here a lyre and a beater. This will be our medium to produce the sound. So I want you to determine whether the sound I will produce has high or low amplitude. Look and observe the wave it will produce. As observed in the wave, we can see that the amplitude is small and the wave that we produce is also low, which means that the sound it produced is soft. Now, the sound I recently created produces higher wave, which means that the sound produced is louder. Using our ears, we can also tell the difference between the first and second sound. The louder sound has higher amplitude than the softer sound. Now, remember this. Amplitude is proportional to the loudness or softness of the sound. The higher the amplitude of the wave, the louder the sound produced, while the lower the amplitude, the softer the sound produced.
Hello everyone, I am here to present one of the characteristics of a sound waves, which is the frequency. Frequency, or known as the pitch, is the number of times per second a sound pressure wave repeats itself. Frequency can be measured in hertz, or the number of waves that pass a fixed point in a second. But what is the difference between high and low frequency? In frequency, the faster something vibrates, the higher the sound or the pitch, and vice versa. The slower something vibrates, the lower the sound or the pitch. To give you an example, I have here a guitar. A guitar which have 6 strings from the thinnest to the thickest. So now, let's prove if the thinnest string has a higher pitch than the thickest string. So as you can see, the thinnest string of the guitar have the higher pitch than the thickest string. One of the factors is because of some of the factors is because of the vibration And because of the sizes of these strings, it's because of their thickness also. So another example is a lyre or a xylophone. Here in a lyre, the smallest the bar, or the smaller the bar is, the higher the pitch. The wider the bar, the lower the pitch. So let's try to prove that. So, as you can see, or as you have heard, the smaller the bar is, the higher the pitch, and the wider the bar, or the biggest, or the bar that is much bigger, have a much lower pitch. One of the reasons is because the vibrations the vibration here in the smaller bar can travel much faster than the vibration here in a much wider bar. So again, in frequency, the faster something vibrates, the higher the sound or the pitch. And the slower something vibrates, the lower the sound or the pitch.
There are certain characteristics that makes the sounds around us different from each other, and one of these is quality. Quality can be also called as timbre. This describes as characteristics of sound that allows us to distinguish the tone of a certain object or things. This is the quality of auditory sensations produced by the tone of sound wave. The sound of quality depends on its waveform, which varies with the number of overtones or harmonics that are present, their frequencies, and their intensities. There are two types of quality of sound, which is first, pleasant and unpleasant sound.